Hello everyone and welcome back to StephenPlays Sonic Generations. My name is Stephen George. I play video games. Sometimes it's Sonic Generations and sometimes it's with my wife. When we last left off, we beat pretty much the entire game. The only thing that's really... That was weird. Did you see that? He was like on the ground and did his slidey thing. Anyway, the only thing that's left to do is the last boss. So we're going to rush over here. And I showed this off at the end of last episode, but as we ride these things, the Chaos Emeralds make the cogs work.
Can I just point out, there are 6 challenge gates that Act 1 has, and 3 for Act 2.
Yeah, there's a ton of...
So that means I win.
Not exactly. Because we were trying to make everything fair, essentially, Mal ended up doing more challenge gates than I did because we wanted to have, you know, a fairly equal number of screen time. What the crap? You have to...
Go left.
I know, but you have to, like, do this. You have to go past the stupid thing. Now it's like, oh, now I'm fine. Everything's great. So we have to activate all of these things. This is a level in and of itself. And once we get through all of this, we will be fighting the final boss in the game, Time Eater. He eats time. Get in there. Okay, now I'm riding the Ruby Emerald. I guess really...
Ruby and Emerald?
I was going to say it's a red emerald. You can't say Ruby and Emerald, then I just start talking about Pokemon. Up to this other black... Come on, get in there. Yeah! How many we got left? One? I think we have one. I think the last one's the white one.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going in order!
Yes.
Thank you.
Do I get extra points for that?
I catch on very quickly. This is the worst part of the game. He's just standing there like, huh. Yes! Oh, I fell right where I needed to be. Now, we've put together all of the time cogs. And now we can spin the time portal to go into time.
It needs to be on fire, because Sonic's going to go into a burning ring of fire and fell down, down, down as the flames went higher.
I really don't understand why it has to be on fire, but apparently it does have to be on fire.
It wanted to reference Johnny Cash.
It reminds me of all of the parts in Ocarina of Time when you have to take the Deku Stick and like light the things in order to open the doors.
Yeah.
Alright, here we go. Boss battle. Na, 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 na. The interesting thing about this boss battle is you actually play with both Sonics, but because I'm going to be spending a majority of my time with modern Sonic, Mao is not going to be playing this fight.
Whatever you are, if you want to avoid an embarrassing beatdown, you better give up now.
Yeah, loser.
You're not in a position to demand anything, you nasty little pincushion.
Eggman!
How is Sonic nasty?
He's a hedgehog. They eat their own feces.
Dr. Robotnik!
I made that up, but it's
Nobody
probably
calls me
true.
that anymore. If you would be so kind as to explain, gentleman genius Dr. Eggman from the future. It will be my pleasure, most excellent and efficacious Dr. Eggman of the past.
It's really funny how they
After my most recent
say both
setback,
Dr.
I
Robotnik
stumbled
and
upon
Eggman.
the primordial form of this unique creation, which I discovered had amazing abilities even I have never been able to master. It could erase time and space. I then had the brilliant idea to use my discovery to undo my previous defeats. In order to perfect it, I needed the help of somebody as smart as I am. The only person that smart is me. Oh, you are too kind, my dear future self, and I was happy to help. I captured your friends, flinging them through time to bait my traps.
But the more your monster tears through time, the more damage you do to the world.
The world? I'm going to own the world when I'm finished with Sonic! Wow, will I really get that crazy? We'll see who's crazy after I destroy both Sonics. Forever.
Forever.
You mean after we destroy them? Less arguing, more destroying.
Destroy me? You and what mustache?
Dop,
I beat
dop,
you all
dop,
the time
dop,
by
dop.
myself, and now there's 2 of me.
Then I'll have twice as much fun defeating you.
Quickly, into the time portal. Away from the time portal.
Keep moving.
Move away from the time portal.
Move all you want. I'm still going to stump you into a blue jelly.
I don't know if it would be blue.
Quickly, into the time portal. I like classic Sonic's jump sound effect better.
Yeah.
Quickly, into the time portal. Oh no.
I mean, it's blue, but
That
not
was
jelly.
just to soften you up. Now it's time to meet your doom.
Now it's time to make jelly.
Come on, Sonic, smack him.
Not
We don't
you.
plan on helping, but
You've
you
got
can
this,
do it.
Sonic.
You can win, Sonic.
Who are they? They are insignificant. You've got the power, Sonic.
See, this is
Your spirit.
adding to the bad story. Like, this is like the corniest thing in the world.
Win, Sonic.
I know you.
And
can
yet
do
it's
this, Sonic.
okay.
They
It's-
all have to say something.
It's-
Why?
The reason it's okay is because it's a Sonic game, and they really whatever the next Sonic game they do, they should just go all out with making the story as
Time to
ridiculous as
scramble some
possible.
eggs.
Yeah.
Super Sonic style.
Now we become Goku, Super Saiyan, Vegeta, Go Trunks, Go Trunks, Go 10 Trunks. Friggin' I don't know. I can't remember all the stupid Saiyans names. Man, it's been several minutes just to get to the fight. That's redunculous. Anyway, soon we'll be fighting Time Eater. The first time I ever played this, it gave me a crap load of trouble.
It was
crap
hard
load.
when you first did it.
It took me time and time and time again, and then I realized an easier way to do it. First, what you want to do is you want to stay with Modern Sonic as much as you possibly can. If you hold A, it will send Classic Sonic out to like destroy stuff. You fight him in eras. The first era is the Genesis era, and while fighting him in the Genesis era, there's going to be debris from the Genesis era. Basically, you just hold X and fly towards him and try to blow up his stomach. I need to get in there and do this again. Come on, there we go. Should have got him the first time, but I couldn't. There we go. And also, if you're holding the X button to boost, if you fly by rings, you automatically pick them up.
Which is
makes-
good, because if
which-
you get to 0, you die.
Yeah, if you get to 0, you die immediately. So that was the Genesis era. Now we're moving into the Dreamcast era. At any point, you can actually switch into Classic View, but most of this fight is going to be easiest if we just use Modern Sonic. So I'm just going to keep holding X and boost through time and space here, trying to pick up some of these rings here. There we go. Got a few of them. Hopefully he will come back into this little inner ring thing soon, and then we can...
Switch and pursue.
And yeah, they're going to tell me to switch, and I have not found a good reason to do that. Woo!
That looks like a homing shot.
Yes, thank you.
Mr. Sonic.
Get in there, get in there. Too high. There we go.
Woo!
Now I'm inside. Break it, break it. Excellent. Try to grab some of those rings. A few rings. And now, as you might expect, we are in the modern era, so there will be debris from modern stuff. I think we saw Crisis City right there.
Homing shot.
I'm wondering what that orange globe is.
Honestly, I have no idea. Anyone who wants to explain that, be my guest. Also, I have plenty of rings right now. Yeah, the first time I did this, I wasn't boosting all the time. I wasn't really sure what to do. I kept switching between modern and classic, and it's way easier if you do it this way. Okay, now he's slowing down time. He'll do that from time to time. Ha, time. It does nothing. It has no effect on anything. In fact, I have no idea. I have no idea why he even bothers. What's he doing now? Is that
Laser.
oh, the laser. When he does the laser, that's the only time I would bother switching over to classic. Now I'm back into modern. Continuing to hold boost the entire time. And eventually we will get close enough to kill him, which... Dang it! Shut up, Charmy.
Which one was Charmy? The bee?
Yeah. His name is literally Charmy Bee. Charmy Bee!
It's attacking! Look out, Sonic!
And more rings. Did I get more rings? No. There's actually an achievement if you don't get hit at all, but I've gotten hit. In fact, I don't think I had been hit, but I just got hit like 6 times in a row. Doggone it, get in there. Get in there.
Come on!
There we go. We just got to break this one. Okay, now what he'll do is he will make a big bomb type thing, big explosion. And all you have to do is hold the bumpers, and then you suddenly combine powers and fly through it. I'm not making this up.
But how'd they know to do that? I mean, this has never happened before in the whole universe.
They didn't know. Knuckles knew.
But this time it wasn't Knuckles that said that.
Oh, it wasn't?
No.
Last time it was Knuckles. Who said it this time?
What's her face?
Amy?
No.
Oh, Rouge.
Yes.
By the way, I saw your comments. Yes, her name is Rouge. I'm just dyslexic and read it as Rogue. I'm not actually dyslexic. Sometimes I feel like I am. That's pretty good. S rank.
That is pretty good.
3.5 minutes. Bunch of rings. Cool. So now we are treated to a cutscene.
Who wraps a chili dog with a bow?
Still warm.
It's
Time travel.
it's the present, remember?
Yeah. Suddenly I want a chili dog.
You know, I normally hate hot dogs.
Sonic's chili dogs, though?
The chili dogs look really
I'll
good
admit,
in
you
the
weren't
game.
half bad,
Mhm.
Sonic.
It's my favorite part of Sonic Generations.
Oh,
The
great!
chili dog.
He collects how many? Wow, where does somebody put all those gold rings? You
On
know
his
what?
fingers?
I don't know.
I actually had a
Forgetting to
different
ask.
answer, but I
In the bank?
was gonna. It was a 4-letter word. I'll keep it to myself.
It was great teaming up
Well,
with
it's
you.
obvious Mr.
Hope you learned a
Alligator
few
makes a
tricks that'll
necklace
help
out of
you in the
his.
future. I mean, the past.
Mr. Alligator.
You
I
know
forgot
what
his
I mean.
name.
Vector.
That's it.
Classic Sonic's greatest skill will be learning to speak.
Dude, sweet.
And his
You're
forehead
only
will
gonna
grow
get
down
better.
to his nose so he does not have one
There's a
gigantic
rat.
eye merged together.
Yeah, I had said that early on, I think in the first episode, and there was a few comments that were like, can't unsee! And I'm like, haha. Doesn't plague
Hey,
Tails.
Sonic,
Mm-mm.
enjoy your future. It's gonna be great.
That's debatable! That's very debatable, Sonic! You have been in a coma. I promise. You don't remember. We'll pretend you don't remember. That's my closing comment. Everyone was like, I'm really glad that he stopped trashing the Sonic series after the first episode. But then the last episode, he made another comment about Sonic. Sonic's history. Up and down, up and down. But that's okay. Sonic Generations was a really friggin' good game. And it's over! But, not before they treat us to the credits. And honestly, one of the coolest medleys I've ever heard in video gaming. Really awesome music. While this is going on, I am going to turn our attention over to something very important. It is our contest.
Yep.
It's time to go through the scores, Mallory, and figure out who won this little charade. We're going to start with Green Hill. In Green Hill, I had an S rank, and Mal, you had an A rank.
Mm-hmm.
In Chemical Plant, I had an S rank, and you had an S rank. And in Sky Sanctuary, I had an A, and you had an S. Now, we're doing this by eras. So in the Genesis era, I had 2 S's and an A. You had 2 S's and an A. It was a tie. We're going to go over to the Dreamcast era. Speed Highway, I had an S. Mal, you had an S. At City Escape, I had an S. Mal, you had an A. In Seaside Hill, I had an A. Mal, you had an S. That means in the Dreamcast era, once again, I had 2 S's and an A. You also had 2 S's and an A. Another freaking tie. Okay, now we're going to go down to the modern era. In Crisis City, I had a B. Mallory, you had an A. But on Rooftop Run, I had an A and you had a B. On Planet Wisp, we both had S's. Once again, another tie.
Wow.
I had an S, an A, and a B, and you had an S, an A, and a B. Which means we tied the entire game.
Awesome.
But it's not that easy.
Yeah.
We need a winner. So I decided to get down a lot more information, starting with points. In Green Hill, I had 54,570. Mal, you had 50,760. In Chemical Plant, I had 52,690. Mal, you had 53,140. In Sky Sanctuary, I had 52,950. And Mal, you had 52,990. The total score, Mallory, you had 156,890 in the Genesis era, but I had 160,210, which means I had about 4,000, less than 4,000 more points than you. Now we're going to go to the Dreamcast. In Dreamcast Speed Highway, I had 51,630. Mal, you had 53,510. City Escape, I had 55,170. Mal, you had 50,580. Seaside Hill, I had 52,370. Mal, you had 53,890. The final scores for the Dreamcast era. Mal, you had 157,980, but I beat you just a hair with 159,170. So you're closing the gap.
Yeah.
Now let's go to the modern era scores. With a score of 48,790, that's what I had for Crisis City. Mal, on your Crisis City, you had 50,650. You outdid me a little bit. On Rooftop Run, I had 51,930. Mal, you only had 47,420 because of the stupid clock tower.
Yeah.
On Planet Wisp, I had 50,380, and you had 53,790. The final scores for Modern, I had 151,100. Mal, you barely beat me with 151,860. That is crazy. So, if we look at scores, I beat you.
Yeah.
The total score, Mal, you had 466,730, and I had 470,640.
Just to clarify, that's only for the worlds, right?
Yeah, that's only for 9 levels.
Okay.
Genesis, Dreamcast, and Modern eras. That is right about 4,000 points, which is really close.
Yeah.
It was a really, really close run. And everyone else might be saying, well, what about the other stats? I'm curious about the other stats. If you're curious about the other stats, guess what? I've also got those. The problem is I was trying to figure out, you know, the best way to do it, because Mal only had one boss and Mal only had one rival. I had 2 rivals and 2 bosses. Essentially 3 bosses if we count this last one, but I wasn't going to count that. Mal, on your boss, you made 45,680. So what I did is I took the 2 bosses that I fought
And
and averaged them. And mine was 47,680. So just 2,000 points more. Very close. On our rivals, your rival with Metal Sonic was 50,830. My 2 rivals, Shadow and Silver, averaged came out to 53,660, less than a 3,000 point difference. Also very, very close. People also might be wondering about rings. In the Dreamcast era completely, I made 191 rings. Mal, you had 167, so I beat you not by a whole lot. In the Dreamcast, I had 203, you had 192. Once again, really close, but I still beat you. And in Modern, I had 83 and you had 62, beating you again. The ring totals for the entire game, Mal, you had 421 and I had 477. That's not counting rival or boss rings. It was one of those things that I was seeing if there was any way we could tie, and honestly, I kept winning every category. So it's like, I'll just throw the stuff in there for fun. But when we started the contest, to be absolutely fair, I was basing it completely on rank.
Yes.
And we tied. We really did. It's actually kind of crazy, but throughout the entire game, we both had 5 S ranks. We both had 3 A's and 1 B. And that is how we finished.
If I hadn't
Sonic
died in the
Generations.
first 3 seconds of the first level, I would have won.
Yeah. Yeah, actually.
And if I hadn't missed the clock tower, would have won.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually kind of crazy. There's a few times in the LP that if you would have avoided just like a very simple mistake,
Yeah. That I did not make in practice.
you probably would have beat me hardcore. A lot of people might be wondering about the challenge gates. The fact of the matter is, Mal did 6 and I did 3. So it's not real fair there.
Yeah.
Mao had a C, an A, an S, an A, and a B, and I had all A's. I was a straight A student in the challenge gates, Mao.
Yeah, but I had higher ones in general.
You
You didn't have any S's.
One of the problems with doing the challenge gates is that in the beginning you did hard ones, which
Yeah.
is why you had 2 C's, and I did not do hard ones. I did pretty much easy one, like the rooftop run
Yeah.
snowboarding thing, which I wouldn't have had a friggin' S on had I not run into the side of the building. Going back and watching some of the stuff that I did, it was just kind of pathetic. Anyway, so now that we've watched this entire credit sequence. Oh, that's cute. They give the little happy birthday Sonic. Sonic's old. He's an old man. Now that we've seen this entire credits, we are treated to one last cutscene, and it's pretty funny. So I'm going to shut up and let you guys watch it. It's the 2 Eggmans stuck in time.
Are you sure you saw a door over here? What? You were the one who said you saw a door over here! Well, I know it was one of us. Shut up and keep looking.
My finger point.
What time is it? It's the exact same time as when you asked earlier, and it'll be the exact same time when you ask later. There is no time here! Let me just say that this was a brilliant plan that you came up with. Don't get too self-righteous. It'll be your plan pretty soon. I'm gonna dedicate the rest of my life to forgetting it. I heard that! Do we ever win? That depends on your definition of win. Beating Sonic? Oh, well then no. That doesn't give me much hope. Maybe I'll go back and get my teaching degree. That's not a bad idea. I've always enjoyed telling people what to do.
And that is the end of the game. And then you earn the custom skill Supersonic. And actually, I don't think we ever once showed the skills, but whenever you are playing Sonic Generations, and this is just another reason for you guys to buy the game, because I've talked positive of the game. I know the story is a little wacky, but all Sonic games are wacky. When it comes right down to it, I love Sonic Generations, and I think it's an awesome purchase, and anyone who is in any way interested should get it. Let's go this way. Get out of here. Whee! If you go all the way to the left, which we will do quite quickly. Also, someone wanted to show that you can actually do this. Anyway, if you come over here, this is the skill shop. You can actually buy skills and equip Sonic with them. And basically, you can play through the game, and you can go faster. You can, have like short footing, land on your feet after getting damaged. All these little different skills you can add to Sonic and get your time down, which is interesting. You can also buy a Sega Genesis controller, and it'll let you play Sonic the Hedgehog #1 right in the game. So just a lot of extra stuff, and there's a ton of challenge gates and stuff. The game has a lot of replay value, especially for trying to get your time down. I would highly recommend this game. It's a fantastic game.
Yeah.
It really is. I know that, once again, I haven't been the nicest to Sonic, but this is a fantastic game, and if you don't already own it and you've enjoyed this LP, consider getting the game and trying to get your time down and compete with other people, or just play the challenge gates, because we didn't even show off like hardly any of the challenge gates.
And there are some crazy challenge gates.
Yeah, there are. We are actually playing some of them for fun earlier, and there's some real wacky ones. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode and this LP. If you enjoyed this LP in any capacity, please click like. If you haven't done so already, highly consider subscribing to Stephen Plays new video game episodes every single day. And without further ado, thank you guys for joining me and Mao. And stay tuned for Minecraft. Minecraft, it's so weird to say that, but Minecraft is back. We're doing custom maps next. It's just going to be a short one. We're just going to be doing one custom map. Then we're going to be jumping into a game you all know and love, Gears of War. Everyone loves Gears of War, right? Right? we're going to be having some fun with it. We're not the generic Call of Duty, Halo, Gears of War fanboy people.
That is very true.
We just like to have fun with games. Gears of War is a really good co-op game, so we hope that you will join us for that as well. Anyway, thank you.
You mean Gears of War, aka big men with chainsaw guns?
I like to call them big neck guys.
That is true.
Because their necks are as big as their thighs. They should be called thigh necks. Like roughnecks, like the roughneck guys, like the Starship Trooper Chronicles. Yeah, they should be called
thigh necks.
Thigh necks. Anyway, I've rambled on long enough. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time here on StephenPlays.